Hello and welcome to 4701 Connecticut Avenue, Northwest DC, Unit LL6. We're located here in the Truman House. This is a wonderful lower level unit. Now, typically some people shy away from these lower level units because they're on, well, the lower level. But this unit, along with a couple other units in this building, are some of the most exquisite lower level units I think you'll find in the city. And obviously this terrace is a big reason why. So let's hop inside and take a look and we'll take it from there. So here we are in LL6, and as you probably have recognized, we've been here before. So you've been subscribing, you've been watching every episode, cataloging everything we've been doing, practically an expert in the Rich Team video catalog. So with that, you're like, oh, Jordan, you've been here, LL6, I remember that. That was about 3 years ago, and you'd be correct. But again, because you've been watching and therefore you're very discerning and you know all too well, it looks nothing like it did before. So let's talk a little bit about some of the improvements. So this gentleman purchased the unit back about 3 years ago. Obviously loved the unit, had some circumstances change where it was time to move on to bigger and greater things. But here we are, he's made some incredible improvements to this unit. So let's first talk about the floors. So we have nice white oak engineered hardwood floors. And these floors are really almost perfectly leveled. And that's because upon purchasing this unit, part of one of the renovations he did is he took up all the floors, got rid of all the little undulations and a little bit of unevenness that you typically find in these 1920s buildings, and leveled it all out so that all the floors are all on one elevation. So something that's just like a little extra touch that you don't always notice, something that we have clients sometimes do in these older buildings anyway with the floors because they tend to squeak, etc., but not here. These floors pristine. So as you can also see, he's done quite a bit of renovation, obviously with some paint, some lighting, the kitchen. We'll talk about all that as it is relevant through our tour. So as you enter through these lovely Anderson French doors that give a lot of natural light in, you're coming right off of the parking lot, so you essentially have a private entrance, although you can access the unit via the internal hallways of the building, where you'll also find laundry, bike storage, extra storage unit, etc. So with that, you have this great dining room. As you can tell, he's got seating for 6, but I think 8 to 10 fits in here easily. You see he's got 6 chairs here, but there is plenty of room in this space. That obviously is this nice open layout into this recently renovated modern kitchen. With the kitchen, this again, in the old version, there was a wall that came across here. He took down the wall, opened it up, gave this great eat-in kitchen, which is great because a lot of times, especially in these pre-war buildings, you often don't have 2 real dining spaces, especially so cohesive like this. This is really something you see in more new construction, but this is a great feature. So you can entertain guests, you can have an informal casual meal, put food out, have people sitting at the table. Just a really lovely improvement to this unit. So as we come through the dining room, moving past the kitchen, which we'll talk about a little bit more, you come into this great living room. So you've got windows fully on the whole exposure of the space, allowing for as much natural light as we can. Of course, we are here in the afternoon. The sun rises in these windows and sets on the other side of the building. So it's a little bit darker here in the afternoon, but you get that morning sun, which is really nice as this unit faces east. So you have this great living room space, obviously plenty of seating for entertaining. It's really open, moving from the dining room to the kitchen to the living room, really cohesive. You've got wine storage here, which obviously is very important. He's used this space as a bar for displaying glassware, decanters, etc. Obviously storing wine, but you of course would store whatever you'd like. This previously was set up for a TV, so you could repurpose that if you'd like. And then just on the other side, which we won't show you because there's not that much more exciting things to look at, this unit has central air conditioning. So like I said, this is one of the more exquisite lower level units in the city. And one of the cool features is this is a pre-war building, so built prior to World War II in the 1920s, and it has central air conditioning. So the heat is fed by the building. So you've got radiant heat here along the baseboards, and then you have central air, which besides the units here on this lower level, there are no other units with central air in the building because obviously, given this terrace, you can put the compressor out there. So it's a really, really nice touch, something that is often not considered when purchasing one of these pre-war buildings. So moving through that, we come into this great, recently updated kitchen. He's got Samsung appliances, this really nice, I like it with the blue refrigerator, not a dishwasher, but it's really just sort of cool and different, something you don't see as often. The black stainless steel appliances, we've got all brushed gold hardware, full quartz countertops, full splash instead of just a backsplash. He carried the countertop all the way up, which is awesome. And I, as you know, am a sucker for little details. And he has these great light switches. These light switches are just a really nice decorative piece that you don't often find. And they have such a great feel to them. They really have a loud, hard click to them, which I'll now demonstrate. It just makes you happy, that's all. These light switches, I've actually looked at putting these light switches in other properties, and let me tell you, they're expensive. I'll just say, we looked into doing this at another property, and because I love how they look, they really go with the sort of a little bit industrial theme here, and they are pricey. So you got plenty of cabinetry here, all soft close. Again, the quartz is carried around, island pendants. It's really just a really nice, welcoming and inviting open layout with some great lines in the space as well. So we'll head out of the kitchen. We'll quickly just talk about the foyer for half a second. So this is the foyer going into the unit if you were to enter off the internal hallway of the building. So there would be the entrance. You've got laundry just around the corner. You've got bike storage in the storage room. You've got a coat closet here for hanging your own coats, or of course if you have guests and those sort of things. He had a little bit of bike storage because he didn't use the bike room, but you can obviously use the bike room around the corner. Obviously you have great bar storage, and we'll head over to the bedrooms. So one of the cool things about these pre-war buildings that you find a lot is that the bedrooms are often separated from the living space, and this is no different here. So you have 2 bedrooms and 2 full baths, and they are fully separate from the living space, which just adds a little bit of privacy if you're gonna entertain or have people. There's a Ned sighting in the mirror. And he currently uses an office and a little bit of an exercise area, but he also has this nice Murphy bed here, right on the one wall. So when you have guests, you can use the Murphy bed, and obviously great for entertaining, for having people spend the night. Really good use of this space, especially for somebody that doesn't use the second bedroom all the time. Really nice with these Murphy beds to be able to stow the bed away, have the full space for what you're going to use on a day-to-day, but when guests are in town, you have the Murphy bed to provide accommodation. So you also have a little closet here for more storage. And you have the guest bath, which he also renovated. All the bathrooms were renovated. And again, it's all so cohesive and curated. I mean, all the art, everything in here. Unfortunately, that stuff does not convey, but there was a comment earlier about whether we would stage this place or not. And understandably, there's absolutely no reason to stage this because this place is just beautifully curated through and through. So with that, we'll go into the owner's suite. And in the owner's suite, we again have more closets. We have room for a king-size bed, dressers, all the accoutrements you would expect in a suite. And then you have the ensuite bath, again, fully renovated as part of the new kitchen, the floors, the paint, and the bathrooms. And last but not least, we'll go for a quick walk back through the unit, and we'll head out onto the terrace, which of course is one of the great highlights of this unit. So oftentimes when you're buying a lower level unit, you're making a little bit of a compromise. You're compromising the fact that you've got a little bit of a better price point for being on the lower level, not being up high. Some people have security concerns, etc. Here, not really a compromise, because not only with the central air, you have central air, but you also have this great terrace. This is one of the larger terraces in the building. He's got great hardscaping, as you can see, great outdoor furniture, easily could continue the party out here, have some drinks, really enjoy these beautiful DC days. A little hot today, but typically you would enjoy DC nights. And then he's got AstroTurf here, which is a really creative use because obviously it's very shaded in here, which is lovely for enjoying the space, but not great for growing grass. So you have a little bit of shade here, which is conducive to having AstroTurf, so you get the greenery, the ivy, all the nature's ambiance without all the maintenance and hassle of trying to grow grass. Obviously, if you had a pet, this building does allow dogs, and so if you had a pet, this is a great place to be able to let your dog out, etc. And again, you have this door going out to the parking. So with that, that concludes our tour of 4701 Connecticut Avenue Northwest here in the Truman House, Unit LL6. If you have any questions about this unit or other units in the area, please let us know. We're happy to take tours, and we'll see you on the next one. Thanks.